Yo, it's Jazzy Jazz at Jazz's Place. What's up, fam? R&B phenom Omarion came over to the crib. We chopped it up over some vegan food. We'll talk all about that. And just had a dope convo about love, life, music. I hope you'll check it out. And don't forget to subscribe. Thank you.
I won't taste it. I'm on no vibrations. So don't you try to come back now. Blowing up my line, girl, you gotta relax.
Yo, it's Jazzy Jazz, and I am excited. I got multi-platinum award-winning R&B champion, icon, I'm gonna say producer, father, and spiritual guy.
Come
A
on.
lot of people like, fam, you gotta check out this book for real.
Yeah.
Inspiration, real soul food. So
Yeah.
that's what I'm gonna call you, spiritual guy. Thank you for hanging out with us.
Thank you for having
Yes.
me.
So congratulations, new music. It's a
Yes.
continuation of your Full Circle Sonic Book series.
Yeah.
Talk to me about it.
Yeah, so we dropped the Sonic Book 155 this year earlier. This is actually monumental for me because, you know, I've always been under the guise of due dates and, you know, record companies, and now that I'm independent, I'm able to, you know, create the volume that I want. So this is like my first year putting out 2 projects in 1 year. So yeah, Sonic Book 2 is coming out December 15th. So yeah.
Well, congrats on it. I got a chance to check out some of the singles. We have a little bit playing in the background.
Yeah.
They are bangers.
Vibes.
Yes.
Vibes all around.
Vibes all around and energy. And
Yeah.
what was your goal with this?
Well, you know, I feel that, you know, when I'm listening to the radio or I'm hearing what people are listening to, it's always, I don't want to say like a specific type of music because there's so many classes, but I felt like a lot of what people are lacking is that soulful feel, make you feel when you hear it, create those memories type music. So I just wanted to provide what I felt like was missing, you know, and those is those mid-tempos, those ballads, those songs that make you feel something. So Sonic Book 2 is all about that. You know, hits. We talking hits now. We talking about good vibrations, but we talking hits. So yeah, you know.
And feelings. That's why you have been so responsible for creating all these babies around the world. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? We're not gonna make a baby today, but
Maybe later.
you're silly. But no, it's a beautiful piece, and you've always been such a passionate champion for R&B
Yes.
and romance.
Yes.
And something that there's not enough of it seems like today. Talk to me about that.
Yeah, so you know, it's always been, you know, I guess my position as an R&B singer, and as somebody that loves love, you know, to be able
Woo,
to.
amen for that.
Come on, you got to love
some
love.
love.
Come on, you gotta love some love.
Love some love.
Yeah, you know, it's always been, you know, my position since I came out, even as a young man. You know, a lot of the songs that we were talking about back then, you know, I need a girlfriend. You know, just real access, you know, to the love languages. I've always wanted to contribute, and also just being inspired by R&B.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of the people that I grew up listening to, they always talked about love. So I think it's very natural for me to be able to put that in my music and to have it be something that we all express together.
Yeah.
You know, music brings all different types of cultures and perspectives, and you know, as a contributor, I want to keep that message going.
What do you think your legacy is? I mean, it's not finished yet.
Yeah.
But B2K really changed the landscape of
Yeah.
American music, of music in the world.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts about that?
It's amazing. It's amazing to have such a beautiful start, you know, especially with their not even, you know, up to date still being like any other boy bands out there that have been able to reach the height that we've, you know, have and the influence that we have. So I'm so grateful to, you know, have such a dense history, you know, when it comes to the boy band era. And you know, I always speak about this, but you know, it's something special when you come out of a band. You know, Michael Jackson came out of a band. Beyonce came out of a band. You know, Justin Timberlake came out of a band. You know, so
Facts.
it's something special when you know how to share the stage with others. So
Yeah. That's the kind of vibe I get from you, that you know, love sharing. I mean, it's reflected in your book, which I want to dive into just a little bit before you roll out on us.
Yeah.
But you know, I really feel that, and I think it's beautiful, and it comes through in the music. So definitely want to check out that album because
Yeah.
it is dope. It will have you in your feelings. You will get pregnant. No.
Pregnant with thoughts.
Right. And love.
Yes.
And love.
Yes, and good decision making.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're independent.
Mm-hmm.
And you're winning. It is not easy to be independent, but of course that's more coin in your pocket,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
What is the biggest challenge being an independent artist?
Really, the whole thing about being independent is taking full responsibility of your career and your output and figuring out what that looks like. You know, because I've experienced being a part of a label and saying, hey, you know, y'all take this on. I realized that not, you know, being in that position, me not having full autonomy to, you know, pick the first song or nowadays put out a bunch of songs, you know. So for me, being independent is kind of something that I arrived to, you know, and now I can appreciate, you know, all of the hard work and the fruits of my labor, and also, you know, I get to maintain a sense of ownership. You know, I have an amazing team. I have to definitely shout out OWW, Omarion Worldwide, Opulence Worldwide, and all of my staff, you know, for taking this journey with me. But the most important thing that I've learned about being independent is eventually as an artist, you have to take responsibility for the work that you put out. Because just like intentions, you know, the universe hears it. And, you know, it rewards you. And then there's another side to it too, as well. You know, being independent is not easy, you know, because you have to go up against the record companies that have these relationships with these other outlets, and, you know, they support their business. So essentially, you know, you're going up against the major artists, you know, and you have to find your space in there, you know. So I would say that's probably the most challenging thing, is just really finding your space. But, you know, blessed for me, and I'm not talking about be less. I'm talking about, you know, I'm talking about, you know, thankful, you know, that I've been able to continue to proceed and grow and expand my art, not just in the music space, but in, you know, the author space, in the acting space. I've been able to continue to stay motivated to create product for my fans and people that have followed me.
And you're killing the game.
Thank you.
You know, you are killing the game. Like you did the Millennium Tour. Are we going to see any more of those?
No, probably not. Yeah, you know, I'm so grateful for everyone that, you know, came to the Millennium Tour, because, you know, we casted out nostalgic on the whole planet. You know what I'm saying? So thank you to all of those fans. But, you know, for me, not just staying, you know, in that place, we want to create some new memories.
It's always about growth and evolving.
You got to
talk
do
about
that.
that in your book too a lot.
It's all about that.
So when you were coming up, and when you first were coming up, social media didn't even exist.
Yeah.
And now, oh my God, it's like in 2 minutes, in a hot black woman's minute, there's like a buzz everywhere about something. Half the time it's not true. There's no concern for your family or your children or you.
Yeah.
I mean, you just recently experienced that. We're not going to talk about that.
Yeah.
But just in general, how do you navigate that?
I think it's important, you know, because we have to look at it twofold. You know, there's, well, I would say it's many layers to it. I was going to say twofold because there's an artist Omarion, and then there's the other Omarion. But there's other layers even inside of that. And, you know, for me, to be able to protect my family and to educate my children on maybe some of the things that are clickbait, you know, it's difficult, you know. It's difficult because, like you said, you know, we live in a time where, you know, the salaciousness of interviews is what people are, you know, downloading into, you know, their everyday. And I don't personally feel that it's productive. It's not productive, you know, for my life, and it's not productive for my brand. So, you know, it's been integral to speak up, but also, you know when to say, you know, I'll pass on that question for myself.
Right,
So,
exactly, that part.
Yeah, so, yeah, you know.
I'll pass on all that.
yeah, I'm definitely not shy to, you know, public drama, but I definitely, you know, am a person that, you know, likes to keep things in perspective, and sometimes you just can't respond to everything.
Yeah.
So that's how I try to maintain, because I always wondered that too. You know, I mean, I've been in this industry for a long time, and you know, sometimes you want to answer things, and then sometimes when you answer things, it just creates more of a problem.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So, you know, being a young OG, a veteran, you know what I'm
I
saying?
like that. A young
Yeah.
OG.
Yeah, young OG. You gotta be like, hey, oh, hold on now. We don't want to talk about that. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
exactly.
So,
Well, how hard was it when you were on Love and Hip Hop? You were a big fan favorite,
Yeah.
your relationship and everything. How hard was it putting your life out there like that?
well, for me, because I grew up in front of the public eye, it wasn't so difficult. It was just more so about, you know, having a storyline to
Yeah.
present. And that's what a lot of people don't understand about, you know, reality TV, is it's not reality at all. You know, you gotta bring something to the table. And, you know, to be honest, at that particular time, it was hard for my audience to allow me to grow up. You know what I mean? And I knew that kind of displaying myself in more in a family-oriented space, you know, growing, becoming a father, would definitely shift the minds and help them understand, you know, I'm not little Omarion anymore. I'm Omarion a man. Now let me show you these layers.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
So
But
that
I
was
think you
my
did. I think
intention.
you did do that on Love and Hip Hop.
Yeah.
But
It was tough,
But I
because it's all about the drama. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's all about, you know, the BS. You know what I mean? It was tough for me, but for my 2 seasons that I was on there, I felt like I did, you know, my best to not, you know, get any blemishes on my all white.
Okay
You dig?
now, okay
It's hard
now,
to do when you're
yes.
around dirty folks. You know what I'm saying? They bump up against you, get dirty too. But yeah.
Oh no, I've talked to a lot of folks from reality shows, and they talk about how manipulated it is.
Yeah.
And how they'll put you in certain situations,
Yeah.
and you know, it's reality, but it's, you know, a little exaggerated, and
Exactly.
they throw a little steroids and some other things in there. So
Yeah, and then too, a lot of people don't understand. You might shoot the season in February, and then it don't come out to the end of the year. So some of those traumatic moments you gotta relive with the rest of the
Exactly.
public, and you know, until you've experienced that, it's you don't really know how annoying and how frustrating it is, because now, you know, you got a whole bunch of energy and people from online and around the world. You know, I'll never forget running into certain people, you know, just on a normal day, and they'd be like, "So what did you do about that situation?" Like, what's the damn show?
Right, that was last year. What are you talking
What's
about?
the damn show? You know what I mean? But yeah, as artists and as creatives, we expose so much of our lives and ourselves. You know, I think that in order to maintain some peace and happiness, you got to keep it balanced.
I'm with that.
So-
Now you're single now, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay, ladies, you know,
Yes.
that has just made all the ladies watching this so happy. But before you slide in his DMs, they do need to know you are about that polyamorous life.
Yeah.
So why? Well, like, talk to us about that choice.
Okay.
Yeah, I actually have a girlfriend who's in a polyamorous relationship. Yeah.
Yeah, so my experience, you know, with monogamy has been interesting. You know, learning the history and realizing and recognizing it's not something that is that old. It's a new concept. And then when you think about the history of us, you know, and I mean our brown and other hue family, you know what I mean? It became such an interesting concept when I found myself, you know, asking myself the questions is, do I want to be with one woman for the rest of my life? And if you ask most men that, you know, if they say yes, they lying to you. They lying to you. And then if you ask certain women that, you know, like, hey, look, this is the menu right here. You only get one choice for the rest of your life. You know, if you frame it like that, most of the time, you know, you'll be like, oh, well, let me experience. Let me see what, let me get an appetizer. Can I get an appetizer at least?
Can I get a little dessert? You know, some on the side.
I'm just saying, you know, and experience has just taught me how to just be honest and open with myself. And I know for a lot of people it's taboo, particularly women, you know what I mean? Because being in a relationship kind of quantifies a certain, I guess, social status, you know what I'm saying? But polyamory became interesting to me for a lot of reasons. One is that, you know, if a person is insecure, they can't handle that you're dealing with other people.